Let's talk a little bit about social emotional consideration in higher education. You know, when we hear the term social emotional consideration or social emotional learning, we mostly think about the K 12 sector, which is very important and very much needed, and that's actively being addressed all the time in K 12 schools. However, adult learners need to be addressed as well. Social emotional consideration is very much needed in higher education institutions across the board because an adult learner is a student who is 18 years old and above, running the gamut from 18 to 80 or older. Adult learners have social emotional needs too. You think about an 18-year-old who is making these major life decisions while they're still maturing and developing, or the 30-year-old who is going back to school, or 40 or 50, or they're going through these life changes. They've decided to go back to school for whatever the reason may be. Life can be hard sometimes, and going back to school is an added stress to that, and it's a big decision, and it includes time and finances and all of those things. So social emotional needs are very much needed in the adult learning setting as well, just as much as the K-12 setting. Higher education institutions should consider creating curriculum within their classrooms where they can address social emotional needs. And what I mean by that is, in classes that it's appropriate to study emotions, why not? Definitely do that. That makes sense. Talk about those things in environments and classrooms and courses where it's maybe not relevant. Creating a safe setting that is collaborative and feels safe, where students can communicate with each other and with the educators, is so important. Social emotional learning matters and should be considered and implemented because everybody has feelings. Mental health issues are real. They've been there for forever. Emotions and stressors and triggers have been there for forever. I think things really came to the table during the pandemic because people were saying, college students, things are so uncertain. Their social interactions are limited. They're stressed. They're anxious. They have depression. And yes, that was very much happening. And, I think not just for learners, but for everybody as we were trying to navigate uncharted waters. But those feelings were taking place before the pandemic. They're certainly taking place post-pandemic. And so there needs to be ways to address that. Campuses obviously have traditional methods of counseling and resources to get help, and those are fantastic. However, the study of social emotional consideration and everything that goes with that is so important for higher education institutions to implement across the board because feelings matter, these things matter, and adult learners definitely need to study and learn what their triggers are and learn how to combat what they're feeling and how to gain success in life, accomplish their goals, and overcome whatever frustrations or stressors that they might be feeling.